Hi, Joy. Nice to see you.
Me too. Hi, Kat. I was actually trying to reach out to my grandmother yesterday because I was like, okay, before we go for this conversation, let me get some, inspiration, or let me just hear my grandmother's voice. But then, my grandmother doesn't have a smartphone. So I need to top up credit to basically call my grandmother. Like 5 minutes cost me £15.
Whoa.
I know, so I need to make it short, but obviously because of the hearing issue, he doesn't really hear what I say, so I need to repeat. Sometimes I just say hi and how are you, and then just gone because the credit run out. So I couldn't reach out to my grandmother, unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. I think that my grandmother is a little bit different, and she was she was really tech savvy. I remember teaching her how to use like Zoom and stuff. Well, the equivalent of Zoom back in the day, because when I traveled, she wanted to talk to me and she wanted to see things. And especially when I lived in Singapore and Hong Kong, she remembered those places. So she wanted, to see how it had changed. And so it was really good. Every time that I went home, she'd be like, okay, teach me how to do this though. How do you do this with a phone? So yeah, I again recognize that other grandmothers were not like that tech savvy.
No, that's really interesting because I don't think my grandmother would even would love to learn it, because once I mentioned about getting a smartphone, because obviously I was like, I want to see your face, I want to hear your voice, but it costs me so much. But she goes like, yeah, but I would not learn something. I wouldn't be able to like touch it. I would even not be able to reach out to my daughter and son if I don't know how to use it.
Wow.
And that at the time I realized that it might be my, desire. Maybe it might be my selfishness that tried to change her life to make it easy for me to see her. So I was like, yeah, you know what, makes sense. But still.
No, mine was on top. I remember when computers and stuff came out, she was like, she did classes.
Yeah.
At the church in Dubai and whatever, and she would like be emailing everyone. So again, it's an entirely different vibe. I mean, my Grammy passed at 99.
Oh.
And she her mind was still like rock sharp and everything. She was so interested in life, I think, and that's one of the things that she's passed on to me, to be interested in other people and to be interested in life. And so even down to the last moments of being in the hospital, she had like an eye reader cheerfully going. Everybody else was like, what's going on?
Oh no.
Again, in the Caribbean, I think one of the things that always strikes me about our grandmothers are they're so very different, but they're also so similar. Whereas I think my grandmother has such a love for life, and as I said to you, she was supposed to get married to someone, and she was like, nope, not happening. So she shaved her hair off, strapped her breast down, and ran away and became a seaman. And I kind of think back about that now at the age that we are. It must have taken so much courage for her to go like, I'm not doing what I'm expected to do. I'm going to do this other thing. Having said that, it made for interesting times growing up because I maintained that every grandmother had tattoos and piercings. And these, her fault. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, I think that their upbringings were so different. And, but yet, no matter how, they ended up teaching us kind of the same values.
That's so true. I can't imagine my grandmother getting tattooed. Oh no. Once, I think it was when I was I was 20. I got my first tattoo, and I went to see my grandmother, and she goes like she couldn't believe what's going on here. I don't think she will be very open about tattoo or piercing or stuff, I believe. But then obviously it's the value that she believed in when she was younger, and her entire life was based on that values. It's interesting to figuring out how to make her understand these things.